Welcome to my channel, Diary of a Mind Alchemist. I keep telling myself that I'm not going to make any messages in the car because the audio usually turns out fucked up. But I got inspired to do it, and usually my inspiration does come when I'm driving, and I can't help it. So hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm yelling because I'm hoping that yelling will, make my voice more heard than just talking regular, because the sound of my car is loud. Like, my car isn't loud, but when I record, it picks up the sounds of the car more than it picks up my voice. So hopefully me speaking loud will overpower the sounds of the car. All right. Anyway, I was watching this YouTube video with Dr. Umar. I forgot his last name. Was it Dr. Umar Johnson? I don't know. Dr. Umar. I don't remember the name of the title of the video, but it had to do with the Netflix Kevin Hart roast, and I didn't watch it. I had canceled my Netflix subscription a while back, and I know that roast has been all over the internet. I didn't watch it. I saw like some clips of it, particularly the ones with Cat Williams. But this message really doesn't have anything to do with that in particular, but just watching that video with Dr. Umar talking about that Netflix roast of Kevin Hart, it made me think about what we consider to be entertainment. It caused me to think and to reflect upon what entertains me. The type of things that I watch, shows, movies. I don't watch TV. Like, I pretty much watch movies. I don't really watch TV. I might watch stuff, videos online and stuff, like YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube stuff. And I watch movies from home. But I don't utilize the television that often. Except like when I'm, watching movies with the kids or something. But it's not like an everyday thing for me. Like, I know some people do every day. Anyway, whatever. It started making me think, like, because he was talking about how they were pretty much performing like a minstrel show, making these derogatory, racist jokes about black people. And, it was like a modern day minstrel show. And how the black comedians and stuff, they pretty much co-signed, that was a part of the show, pretty much co-signed on it. And it just kind of made me think about, what am I being entertained by? Because I know comedy in general usually is based on something that's true, and they make a joke about it. A lot of times it can be vulgar, it can be, downright disrespectful. And some people have their views on it, like, oh, it's just a joke. But where do we cross the line? And that's pretty much what I'm focusing on for myself. Because I think that as a society, we have become desensitized to to what's right, morally right. What should be entertaining. A lot of the movies, like the kids and I, we watched like all of the Final Destination movies. We were watching like all of the, from the first one to the last. And I couldn't watch a lot of that stuff. I had to turn away. Every time something happened to somebody, I had to turn away. I couldn't watch it because it was too gruesome. It was too violent, and it was really disturbing to watch. And then after I saw all of them, I'm like, what the fuck was this whole series about? Like, you can't escape death. I guess that's like the moral of the whole Final Destination movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could try to escape, but eventually death will get your ass. Like, all right. But the way that people died, it was just like, damn. Like it's a bunch of people that just sat in a fucking room and just came up with, just thought, like, what are all the craziest ways for somebody to die? That's what they did. They just got together and tried to think of the most psychotic, crazy, gruesome ways for a person to die. It was just ridiculous. And it was just like, that's what the whole movie was about. Like, you just basically watching people just get fucking just dying in like the worst possible ways. Motherfuckers' bodies getting like sliced in half, literally, and being burnt to death and all kind of just crazy shit. And it disturbed me. And I'm glad that it disturbed me, because that would really be saying something about me if it didn't bother me. So I'm glad that shit like that still bothers me. But yeah, I'm just like starting to reevaluate my entertainment, like the music I listen to, what I'm watching, what kind of movies I'm watching. Even like, I don't really listen to comedy shows and stuff, but I have in the past, and it's like, I really got to start paying attention to things. Because that's how people get desensitized. You watch so much violence that when violence happens in real life, you're entertained by it. I mean, you see that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Something bad happens to somebody get attacked. Don't nobody jump in and try to help the person. They want to fucking videotape it and post it online. What the fuck? And that's just evidence of how desensitized we have become as a society. That's scary as fuck. That's scary as fuck. And it's by design. I really do believe that's by design. You know what I mean? Hollywood and all of that, I really believe that it's by design that they're doing this. The music is all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, music used to be all about love, like R&B and shit. Now it's all about fucking dysfunctional relationships, cheating, and drugs, alcohol. All listen to the stuff that's out today, like the music that's out today. I don't really listen to it. I've heard some stuff, but I don't like the lyrics. I don't like what they're talking about. So I don't listen to it. And I don't like the music. I don't, it's not soulful enough. But that's just, that's my opinion. Anyway, I think we've become desensitized because of what we're consuming. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Shit. Hold on. Oh fuck. Shit. Did you see that? You get mad at me? You get mad at me? You see what the fuck that happened? What the fuck happened? He just fucking blew a tire, yo. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm driving and this fucking tractor trailer blew a fucking tire, and it's fucking tire remnants flying all over the place. So I'm slowing down. I'm in the passing lane, and the tractor trailer is in the middle lane, and I'm slowing down because I don't want that shit. I'm trying to stay away from these remnants, tire remnants that's flying all over the place. And then the person behind me gonna get mad and then drive up and cut in front of me. See, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, people are, not all people, but a lot of people nowadays have just become desensitized. You know what I'm saying? Like, he want me to just go ahead and drive fast and let the fucking tires and shit fuck my car up because he don't want to drive slow behind me. This is a fucking safety hazard. But he don't care about my safety, and he obviously don't care about his own because he driving fast, don't even care about the fucking tire shit flying all over the place. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I really believe by design they are desensitizing us as humans to make us less human, less compassionate, less loving. Turn us into fucking animals who have no compassion and love for each other. Some of the jokes that Dr. Umar had mentioned that they were saying, and I'm like, I don't really want to watch it, to be honest. So I'm not even going to mention the jokes because I didn't watch it, and I don't like to just listen to what people say and then just go, by their word. I don't care who it is. I like to, fact check and get information for myself. But the video just kind of opened me up to reevaluate what I'm consuming, and that's what this message is about. What are we consuming? What are we watching? Do we even pay attention to the things that we listen to, as far as music, the lyrics, or do we just nod our head to the beat? I've been guilty of that. I have to admit that. But I have become more conscious of things now. So, like, if I'm listening to hip-hop and I hear some crazy shit, I just turn it off. I don't care how dope the beat is. I just turn it off. I'm like, because I listen to my spirit. When my spirit starts feeling uncomfortable, I'm like, okay, that's my cue. And I don't allow the beat to dictate whether or not I'm going to listen to it. I allow the words to dictate whether or not I'm going to listen to it. And I a lot of times I just be like skipping songs, and I'm like, well, goddamn, is every fucking song fucked up? You know, I love hip hop music, but it's like, damn, y'all motherfuckers, we need some fucking enlightened rappers and shit. We got all these fucking low vibrational, you know, and that's where they are. That's, you know, that's where they are. You know what I mean? I'm not going to judge them. I mean, everybody's on a different level on this spirit, on this journey of life. You know, but I'm like, goddamn, is there anybody that is enlightened? You know, that is high vibrational, that raps? Or maybe they do, but we just don't hear them because they're not being promoted, which I'm pretty sure is true, because these fucking record labels, they don't want enlightened motherfuckers on I was gonna say on wax. They don't do wax no more. That just shows my age. Everything's streamed now online, but yeah, it's like you don't even hear. I'm pretty sure there are, but we just ain't hearing them because they're not being promoted. The fucking toxic, low vibrational motherfuckers is being promoted because that's what they want people to consume. Those are the people that they want to have an influence on society. Because as long as we stay low vibrational, that everything's connected. And these motherfuckers want to stay in power. So as long as we as a human race stay low vibrational, then we keep that system going longer. As soon as we start raising our vibration, then the vibration of the planet raises, and then these people who are in power, they gonna get booted the fuck out. They are going to lose their power over us, and they are going to be removed. But they can't be removed until we, as a collective, you know, raise our vibration enough to defeat these motherfuckers. Excuse me. Anyway, what are we consuming? I'm asking this question to myself too. I'm going to be more conscious about what I'm consuming, because I don't want to become desensitized to violence and to the mistreatment of people. And I don't want to laugh at jokes that are humiliating and degrading towards any group of people. I don't want to think it's funny to humiliate someone. I don't want to think it's funny to degrade someone. I don't want to think it's funny to say mean and harmful things about another person jokingly, as if that's supposed to be entertainment. And a lot of comedians do that, and we laugh at it. I've laughed at it, but now I'm thinking, like, why do I think that's funny? You know, I gotta start questioning myself. Why do I think that's funny? You know, and I think we need to start doing that. We need to start evaluating what we are being entertained by. Start listening to the lyrics of the music that we listen to. Start paying attention to the lyrics. Are these lyrics uplifting? Are these lyrics positive? Or are they negative? Are they promoting violence? Are they promoting a lifestyle that is harmful and detrimental to ourselves and others? Like, what is the message in this song? Is it something positive or negative? And if it's negative, why am I okay with listening to this? Why am I not uncomfortable listening to this? If it's a movie, you know, and the movie has that same type of theme. You know, there's a lot of unnecessary violence, like just violence just to be violent. You know what I mean? Some movies, they just put shit in there for shock value or something. It's like, it's a lot of stuff that's not even fucking necessary. And a lot of sex stuff, you know, it's like, why? And I'm not, anti-sex. I'm just saying, it's just a lot of stuff that's in movies that's not even necessary. It don't even have nothing to do with the story. It's just like light porn. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary. Like, why do I need to see y'all fucking? The movie ain't even got nothing to do with y'all. They just do a scene of some people fucking, and it's like, it don't have nothing to do with the damn storyline. It's like, why do I need to see that? You know, they're just trying to make people lustful and be okay with low vibrational sex. Like, I'm not against sex, but there's a certain type of sex that I'm against, and it mainly has to do with a lot of the sex that they have in these movies. It's just people fucking. You know, and I don't see sex as something that's just, it's sacred to me. And I think it's sacred to God, the divine source, whatever. When God made sex, God didn't make sex to be perverted and pornographic. God made sex to be sacred and beautiful. And you know, the entertainment industry, all these industries, the music industry, all of these industries have perverted it and turned it into something lustful and vile. You know? And I'm not going to act like I miss Hail Mary and shit. You know, there was a time when I was in that lustful energy. You know, we all have a past, you know what I'm saying? We all at some point have did and said things and you know, and behaved in ways that once we've grown and evolved and became better versions of ourselves, you know, we might be ashamed of, or you know, regretful for. I personally, I don't regret anything. Everything is a lesson. Everything is something that you can learn from. Even the lowest moments of your life, you know, if you let it, can become your greatest teachers. But anyway, yeah, it's just unnecessary to have some of these scenes in the movies, and I think they're just doing that to make people lustful, you know. Yeah, sex is sacred. It is. things that you consume, will consume you eventually. If you're consuming toxicity will consume you. It will change the way that you think. It will change the way that you behave. And you can see it. Like I was saying earlier, you know, you see the stuff on social media, you know, somebody getting beat up and getting harmed, and people are just standing around with their fucking cameras. That's scary as fuck, especially for a woman. Where are the men who are supposed to be our protectors? And you watch a woman get fucking humiliated and mistreated by other men, and you just stand around with a fucking camera. And it's not just women, it's just anybody being harmed or something bad happening to somebody, and you just take out a fucking camera and you don't even try to help. I mean, if you're gonna take out your phone, at least call the fucking cops. Don't just put your camera on and start videotaping it so you can get views and popularity on social media. Like nothing's real to nobody. And I feel like we've just, as a society, become desensitized through the movies, through the music, through everything that we consume, through with our eyes and with our ears. And with the food too. You know, all these chemicals and all the shit that they put in our food, you know, can fuck up our minds too. But that's another video. And I'm not gonna act like, you know, I'm perfect. You know, I be eating processed stuff too sometimes. But yeah, that's something also that, you know I need to work on. Like I said, I ain't perfect. And this video is for me too. You know, I really want to start paying attention to what I'm consuming. And, you know, I urge people who are listening to this to do the same. To evaluate, you know, what it is that you're being entertained by. And ask yourself why. If this, whatever it is, whatever you're listening to, whatever you're watching, is this beneficial? Is this positive? Like, what is this promoting? What message is this particular movie, show, song, what is it promoting? What is the message? What's the theme here? If it's not something positive, why am I entertained by this? Why do I want to watch this? Why do I want to listen to this? What is it about me that feels like it's okay for me to consume this? And then that's when we can start working on ourselves. We can start seeing how we've been influenced negativity and start doing the inner work to heal from the poison that we have consumed. Because I really believe that entertainment, what we call entertainment, is a disease, it's a sickness, it's a cancer in our society that's spreading, and it spreads in our minds, and it pollutes our minds and makes our minds sick to where we become desensitized to real shit. That's why we can just pull our cameras out and not give a fuck and just look at it as entertainment when something fucked up happens to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care anymore. It's everything's an entertainment. When we go in and see people fighting, ooh yeah, let's get the cameras out. You know what I mean? Instead of being concerned, you know, we look at it as entertainment. That's why I don't watch boxing. I think boxing is a vulgar, you know, any kind of violent sport. To me, it's just like, it's, why do I want, that's like modern day gladiators and shit. Except, you know, people ain't dying. Why do I feel comfortable watching two people beat the shit out of each other? Like, why is that entertaining? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, ask yourself, why am I entertained by this shit? Why does that not bother me? I remember years ago, I used to watch boxing back in the day. I ain't gonna lie, I used to watch boxing. What made me stop watching boxing, I never watched it again in life after this. I can't remember who the hell the boxers' names were and shit. Was it Lennox Lewis? I don't know. It was somebody. It might have been Lennox Lewis. I don't know. Who the hell was the This was back in the was it in the 90s? No, not the 90s. Was it the 90s? I don't fucking remember. It was a long time ago. But this motherfucker, he got beat up so bad that he had a fucking hole in his damn eye. A gaping hole. And I saw that shit. I said, I ain't never watching boxing again. That shit traumatized me. That shit traumatized me. I said, I ain't never watched boxing a day in my life. His fucking eye was about to fall out his goddamn socket. And I said, you know what? Why am I watching this shit? Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And so I stopped watching boxing. You know? I stopped watching the shit. And I was like, this just is not right. Seeing two people beat the shit out of each other should not even be entertainment, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm going to do. I'm at work now. I'm about to go in. And what I'm about to do, starting today, is I'm going to start evaluating everything that I consume. I'm going to evaluate the music that I listen to, the movies I watch, the shows I watch, the conversations I get involved in, the foods I eat. I'm going to evaluate everything. And then I'm going to ask myself why. Why am I entertained by this? I said food. You can't be entertained by food, but it's just like my thoughts, my gears are turning, and I'm just kind of expanding things now to food and like everything else. But the video, this message is mainly about the things that we consume as far as entertainment goes. So, you know, if you're on this journey, and this is, you know, do what you want to do. But if you are on this journey of growth and becoming the best version of yourself, you need to do this. Because you can't grow if you're feeding yourself things that are going to keep you from growing. Like, imagine a plant. If you don't give the plant the things that it needs, it's not going to grow. And you're not going to grow if you don't give your spirit what it needs for you to grow, if you don't give yourself what you need to grow, physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, we have to give ourselves the right nourishment. You feel me? So anyway, let me get off of this phone and get into work. Cause I got work to do. Let me stop trying to sing. But I do got work to do. And I got to go. So, I'm out, y'all. I hope that this message helps someone, who is trying to grow, who's trying to evolve, who's trying to, become the best version of themselves, to take a look at their lives and what they're consuming, what they're taking into their spirit, and make some necessary changes. All right? I'm out, y'all. Peace.